James has Prader-Willi syndrome, which is a very complicated and genetic condition. The part of the syndrome that everybody recognises is the fact that it is an eating problem. Unsupervised, James would, maybe literally eat himself to death. He has no cut-off valve. He always feels hungry. So from a tiny baby, it's a very difficult thing to live with. He went through special schools, main schools, but the problem is that people will say if you go to a party, you go without people being aware. It doesn't matter if he has 5 lots of trifle today. It's only one day. But for James, 5 lots of trifle today is 5 lots of trifle or 6 lots of trifle tomorrow. So throughout his life, we've tried to maintain healthy living and so that he doesn't put on an excessive amount of weight, because obviously that would be, well, could just kill him. James does have a learning disability, but it is quite light. He can do English, maths, speak, and that again can work against him because he can work out how to get around things, and if he can manipulate any situation, he will do. So throughout his school years, it was reasonably controlled because people were aware of the syndrome. As he gets older, you find that people, well, he's just a well-built young man, and if he wants all these things, at 18, of course, he has the right to put a handful of sugar in his coffee if he wishes to. Then James went on to college, which he loves doing anything to do with animals, and again the problem is always around food, unsupervised. Then James went into residential care, and up until 18 months ago, from the age of 19, he was in residential care, initially for specialists for people with Prader-Willi syndrome. Then he moved on to what is called more, so that it isn't just about people with Prader-Willi. He has the right to learn about living and things like that. Unfortunately for James, his situation fell apart about 18 months ago, and because of lack of training and lack of understanding, this same thing, everybody else in the house has a tuck box. So James can have a tuck box, but 5 curly whirlies don't last a week. They may last an hour. So we've had a very sad 18 months in the fact that James has only had people to come and sit with him at home and do jigsaws, play Monopoly. There has been no quality to James's life. We heard of the skills tank, and we came and had a look round, and we looked at the philosophy of it, of creating an atmosphere where people would benefit, would learn to interact as well as skills. And I have, with James's permission, worked extremely hard to find the funding for James to be able to come to the skills tank. I cannot begin to tell you the difference in that young man. He gets up in the morning with a smile on his face. He comes home and he's got something to tell us. When we came today, he's not only been here for a short space of time, he couldn't wait to show us what he was doing, to introduce us to his new friends. And I believe that he will learn so much in a practical way. He will have skills, but he will also have wonderful self-esteem. And that, to me, is what it's about. I would also like to say, if I may, to any parent who is about to embark on this, share your thoughts, share your fears with the people who are setting it up. Because if you don't share the truth, the whole truth, they're not going to be able to help you or the person who's coming here to find the right level. And I found they were very supportive of coming to talk to James and to me, and they wanted to know everything that would help them make the right decisions for James. And now they're telling me today that he has reacted in a way today that they will praise him, because he has involved them in saying, I'm going to have lunch with my mum today. This is where I am, not just gone and done it. So it's the two-way. They're learning, obviously, about James. As I said, it's a very difficult condition, and there will be hiccups. I know there will be hiccups. He's 34. There are still hiccups at home when he finds a way of getting around a situation. But talk to the team who set up this placement. To anybody, I would say that it's so important that you let them know what you're expecting and you listen to what they say that they can provide.